here, before we go on to the next segment, some potential candidates if he were to leave for the NFL. Sherrone Moore, I think, in my opinion, is just going to be a slam dunk replacement, right? Like that's what it seems like. But we also have Brian Kelly, Lance Leipold, who reportedly turned down the Washington job, Chris Kleiman, and I don't know. Those are from Bruce. I'll add another one. Matt Campbell was a hot name a few years ago. I don't know if that moves the needle anymore, if the sun's set on the Matt Campbell hysteria. But I feel like that's the type of job he probably would jump for too. I don't know if it's just going to go in any other direction, but just Sherrone Moore. I think he earned it.
Yeah, the way that he schemed up Michigan's offense in the last few games of the season was masterful. I mean, especially that Alabama game, the way that he had that defense out of sorts was really notable. Probably the MVP of that game. I mean, kept J.J. McCarthy clean. He didn't get hit really at all. The running game was humming and continued on to the national championship as well. So to see his ascension from the second half of the year to now, and the games that he was coaching and the big wins that he was able to produce, in the way that Michigan's offense kind of found their stride towards the end of the season, I feel like he would have to be the leading candidate for Harbaugh's replacement.
Dude, he beat Ohio State. Like, you know how long it took for Michigan to do that?
Might have broken Ohio State.
How many coaches have come through and been unable to do it or barely able to do it? And he does it in his first try as an interim head coach with everything going on. Like, Sherrone Moore is, to me, easily the guy you have to go with for all kinds of reasons. The players love him. He did a really good job. Like, he has more. I think the stat was he has more top 10 wins than James Franklin as Penn State's head coach. Like,
I think that might have been James Franklin might have been his first top 10 win.
And the first one was against James Franklin at Penn State. So, like, I think the accomplishments are there. He knows the place. How often, like, do you lose a coach like that and you have a backup on staff who has literally been the head coach for your biggest games and done it
in half a season of a national championship year?
It's never been more of an easier transition to somebody who is proven like that. Like, we've never.
I mean, I do think that there's more to it than doing well on game day, obviously, but having that experience and the coach, I think continuity is a big deal and has been a big deal in college football. So having that in place, I think, helps right the ship a little bit at Michigan. But also, too, it's certainly possible that, with the pieces in place that they had that got here, and without Harbaugh and some of the, talent that they've had, that it could be another long time before this happens again. And, replacing greatness and replacing a person like Jim Harbaugh, who is clearly unique and clearly a great coach, is not an easy thing to do. So we'll see what happens with Michigan